Tamika, if you do not take this lady to court and get your money back, come on, girl. Stand up. Stand up, girl.
Extortion, blackmail, sex tape. What is going on?
Roxy says we're gonna talk about it. Roxy says we're gonna talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Roxy Says, and we're gonna talk about it. So we're back for another video. I'm so proud of myself. But anyway, thank you guys for watching my last video. If you didn't, please go ahead and watch it because it's directly related to this video right now. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give your girl some encouragement, some love, so that I know that y'all like what I'm doing, and I really appreciate it. So a couple of hours ago, Tamika Scott dropped her video where she is pretty much exposing all of the receipts and talking about the lies that her big sister Tasha has been spewing and going on interviews and pretty much calling her a liar. So as Tamika opens up this video, she's discussing how Tasha is trying to make her out to look like a liar. And the way that she's doing this is she's using an example of years and years ago when Tamika lied on Candy and called Candy a bunch of names and stuff like that. Tamika owns this situation. She already said that she's apologized to Candy numerous times. Candy has forgiven her, and she only did it because she was in defense of her sister, who was at that time also beefing with Candy. So Tasha's trying to use this situation to tell the world, like, you know that my sister Tamika, you know she be lying. She lied about Candy, and she's lying about this $30K. So Tamika's here to clear the air and say, no, baby. Yes, I did lie about the situation with Candy, but this money, I'm not lying about it. And honestly, it's not even $30K. It's more than that. So Tamika now feels that her sister Tasha, as well as her husband Rocky, y'all know I do not like them, but she feels like they're extorting her. Rocky did a interview with Tasha K a couple of days ago, and in this interview, which I think was supposed to be about, I haven't watched it, but I think this interview was supposed to be about his situation going on with that other lady, allegedly, but he started talking about the group and other members of the group and what's going on with them. So in the interview with Tasha K, Tamika plays a clip where Rocky says, oh, did you hear about the big news? And Tasha K's like, what big news? About the $30K? And he's like, no, about Todd doing some things. He said what he said, but I'm not going to say all of that. But pretty much he said that Todd was doing things with a trans person. He also said that Tamika was sending him naked photos. Just really, really shady and just like grasping for straws at this point just to get away from having to discuss what his issues are at the moment. Tamika plays a video of her and Miss Diane, and Miss Diane is Tiny's mother. As we know, she's the one who signed all of the girls up for, what is it called? What's it called? You know I'm going to be looking at my notes as usual, but she signed them up for something called Sound Exchange, where they can receive royalties and payments for their vocal performances on the songs. Even if they didn't write the songs and they don't have publishing, they can still get paid because it's their voices that are actually singing on the songs. So Tamika sits down with Miss Diane and she tells the story of how she signs them up. She confirms that she did use Tamika's New York City address because that's where she was living at the time. And she followed up with her to ask her if she got her checks because Tiny got her checks. And Tamika's like, no, I haven't gotten any checks yet. So they call Sound Exchange and they speak to a representative, I guess, who's over that particular division. And he actually sends them copies of the checks and he lets them know that those checks had been cashed. And we know this story before, but in this video, Tamika shows the proof, allegedly, right? Because I don't, I guess we can't say if it's proof, but Tamika shows her evidence of the address being changed on Sound Exchange. So she said the address was changed from her New York address to her mother's address, and she also shows the change of email address as well as signatures on the paperwork of her name, but she said that is not her signature. She did not sign it. And in previous videos, she also said that there was a photocopy of her passport sent, but her actual passport that she has is not signed, and the passport photo that Sound Exchange had was signed, and it was not her signature. In addition, Miss Diane confirms that when they spoke to the Sound Exchange representative, he let them know the only way that she could retrieve this money is if she prosecutes her sister and her sister's husband. And Tamika said she didn't want to do that. Let me tell you something, baby. After you steal from me, you are not my sister. You are not my brother. You are not my friend. You are that lady. Tamika, you need to sue that lady. Forget the sister. Oh, she's my blood. I don't care. I'm an only child, like I said before, so maybe I have a different perspective on it, but I really don't think if I had siblings that I would. You steal from me, we're done. We're done. We're finished. You are that lady, and I'm taking you to court, and I'm gonna get my money back. Period. In this video, Tasha also says that, honestly, I was being nice. It's more than 30K because there was multiple checks. So what's the real amount? It's more than 30K? And you haven't prosecuted this girl? We were mad over 30K. You telling us it's more? Tamika, if you do not take this lady to court and get your money back, come on, girl, stand up. Stand up, girl. Tamika also lets us know that this threat mentions a sex tape. So she said when she was in her 20s, she did make a sex tape. She said she was looking good in the sex tape. And every now and then she would watch the sex tape because she looked good in the sex tape, period. So she said that she gave the tape to her sister to hold because she didn't want to have it in her home, right? The tape was kept in her sister's safe, a safe which only Tasha and Rocky knew the combination for. First of all, I wouldn't have even felt comfortable having a sex tape that your husband could possibly see. Like, I would have kept it myself. She gave it to her sister. She didn't want it in her home for whatever reason. I'm assuming it was during a time when her and her sister were tight, where they were on good terms. So, she didn't think anything of it. This is my sister. I trust her. But she did say that her sister had called her and let her know that the tape was stolen from the safe. So it's interesting that this tape that was stolen, no one knows where it is now part of this threatening text message. And the only thing that's keeping the sender of the message from releasing the tape is if Tamika apologizes to Tasha and Rocky. Girl, like, you're not fooling anyone. And it's funny because Tamika also states this text message has a lot of details about her, about Candy, about Tiny that only those girls would know. So all signs point to Tasha and Rocky. It's not very hard to believe. Like, that's what they give. Tamika also mentions that years ago, they were supposed to do a joint gospel album. They were going to get a joint gospel deal. And when Tamika voiced things that she wanted to be involved in and included in, Tasha got upset. We saw that in the last episode as well. When Tamika started taking more of a lead role in the creative directive part of their show, Tasha had a problem with it. She's like, this is what I do, blah, 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 blah. Same thing in this situation. When they were going to have their joint gospel album deal, Tasha felt a way about Tamika wanting to take more of a leadership role. I don't think this isn't going to end well for Tasha at all. It's not good for her image. As an R&B singer, it's not good for her image. As a sister, it's not good for her image. Much less for a gospel singer. Now you're doing gospel and you have all of this negativity around you. All of this information that's coming out about you and your husband is really not a good look. And the fact that she's so unapologetic, she plays victim and she wants everyone to apologize to her, but she's not going to apologize to anyone else. It's such a bad look. I honestly don't think that this gospel album is going to do as well as she hopes. And I know that's why she won't completely separate herself from Escape, because she does need to have Escape to fall back on in case this album doesn't do well, which by the comments on TikTok and Instagram and all of that stuff, it's not looking good for her. It's not looking good for her. Tamika tells Tasha, look, bruh, leave the tape. Leave the tape. I look good in the tape. I'm doing my thing in the tape.
Leave the tape.
Tamika doesn't have proof that it's Tasha and Rocky, but with all of the details, she lets us know it can only be Tasha and Rocky. They're the only ones who have anything to gain. They're the only ones who had access to the tape. And they're the only ones who this texter is seeking justice for through blackmail. So who else does it benefit other than Tasha and Rocky? I'm so happy that Tamika is finally standing up to her sister. Hopefully, gone are the days where she's doing things just for the approval and the love and the acceptance of her sister Tasha and her mother. We can see that it is a very toxic relationship. We can see that she tells us that this has been something that she's dealt with her entire life. So I'm happy that she's finding her voice. I'm happy that she's standing up to these people who have taken advantage of her, to these people who have broken her heart, who've broken her trust. And we are all rooting for Tamika, honestly. So, Tamika, keep dropping those receipts. I still think you need to sue that lady. You need to sue that lady. Tamika also lets us know that herself, Candy, and Tiny will be touring. They'll be releasing music. So it looks like for now, Tasha is not, doing anything with Escape. She's doing her gospel album. Good for her. Tamika also tells Tasha that she needs to apologize to her niece and nephew, Tamika's kids, and also that she needs to repent. Repent. I'll keep you guys posted. I'll keep my ears to the streets to see what's going on. Please like, share, subscribe. What else? Leave me a comment. We could chat down below. Hit the notification bell and let me know what you think about this. Do you believe that those text messages are from Tasha and Rocky? Do you believe that that sex tape was ever really stolen, or that they've always just kept it in their back pocket to use it as blackmail? In my last video, I said, what does Tasha have on these girls that they won't kick her out the group? I said that. What does she have on these girls that they won't kick her out of the group? Does she have some risque photos of them? Does she have them on tape doing some? I was right. She do have someone on tape. Tamika. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Roxy says we're gonna talk about it. Roxy says we're gonna talk about it.